Hey guys, what's good? Today we're tackling something that we all want more of: better sleep. And the key is listening to your core self, that inner voice that knows what you really need. If you're a guy in your late 20s or 30s, you've probably had nights where you're laying there wide awake, stressing about work, money, or feeling like you're not where you should be. Your core self is like your personal guide, but it's hard to hear it with all that noise, right? The bills, the expectations, or the pressure to man up. But here's the deal. Tuning into it can help you sleep like a rock. In the next few minutes, I'm breaking down what your core self is, 4 science-backed ways to improve your sleep, and 3 practical steps that you can start tonight. This is for every guy tired of tossing and turning. Let's jump in. So, what's your core self? It's the deepest, most authentic part of you. The part that knows your true values, not the voice that's saying what the world says you should chase. It's not your anxiety keeping you up with what ifs. It's not your friends pushing you to grind for status. And it's not that voice telling you to be a tough guy all the time. Your core self is calm, clear, and it feels like you at your realest. It's what's nudging you to ditch a job that's draining you or to rest when you're burned out. When you listen to it, it quiets your mind and sets you up for killer sleep. Hearing your core self isn't easy for most guys. Society's got us on the hustle, be the provider, don't show weakness, keep pushing. That noise can drown out your inner voice, leaving you stressed and staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. But when you tune into that core self, it's basically like flipping a switch on all that chaos. Here are 4 ways it helps you sleep better, backed by science, for all of us dudes. Number 1, it cuts down stress. When you listen to your core self, you live in line with what matters to you, not what society is expecting. That reduces stress, the kind that keeps you up replaying your day. A 2015 study in the Journal of Sleep Research found that chronic stress messes with your sleep cycle, cutting deep REM sleep, which leaves you wiped out the next day. For example, if your core self says, this job is killing you, but you stay because men provide, that tension builds. You're in bed, heart racing, mind stuck. But if you follow your core self, like starting a job search or talking to your boss, that stress drops and you sleep deeper. Number 2, it quiets anxiety. Your core self is calm, not like the anxious thoughts that are spiraling in your head at night. Tuning into it builds self-trust, which shuts down that "what if I fail" loop. Research from Sleep Medicine Reviews in 2019 shows anxiety boosts cortisol, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. So say you're stressing about asking for a raise, right? Anxiety's got you up, picturing the rejection. But your core self says, you're worth it, just ask. Acting on that calms your mind, helping you drift off to sleep. Now, we're told to tough it out, but listening to your core self is like hitting mute on all that noise. Number 3, it helps you process emotions. Your core self pushes you to deal with feelings, not bottle them up. Suppressing emotions like anger or sadness is going to keep your body wired, and it's going to tank your sleep. A 2017 study in psychosomatic medicine found that repressing emotions increases arousal, disrupting sleep quality. For instance, if your core self says, talk to your partner about feeling disconnected, but you avoid it because men don't talk about their feelings, that unresolved stuff festers. You're tossing and turning and you're tense. Having that talk with your partner, guided by your core self, lets you release it and your body relaxes so that you can go to sleep. It's not weak, it's actually pretty clutch. Number 4, it ties to mindfulness. Listening to your core self often means slowing down, maybe journaling or taking a moment to reflect. That's mindfulness, and it's basically like a sleep superpower. A 2015 meta-analysis in JAMA Internal Medicine showed mindfulness practices improve sleep quality by lowering stress hormones like cortisol. If you spend 5 minutes before bed asking, what does my core self need? And it says, ditch the late night Instagram scrolls, you're priming your brain for rest. We're so busy grinding, but this small habit can have you out cold in no time. Now, let me get real here for a second. A few years back, I had this. Great pay, cool title, looked perfect. But I was actually really unhappy and my sleep was garbage. I'd lie awake stressing about work, feeling like I was letting somebody down. And deep down, my core self kept saying, this isn't you, do something else. But I ignored it, bills, family expectations, the provider pressure. I felt trapped in the situation and my anxiety was really high and I was getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. But one evening I sat down with a notebook and I wrote, what do I really want? And this calm voice came out and it told me, you're meant for more than this. So I started planning my exit, small steps, and my stress got better. And within weeks, I was actually sleeping pretty good. And that's the power of your core self. So how do you listen to your core self to sleep better? Here are 3 practical steps that you can start tonight. Step 1, create a nightly quiet moment. Your core self needs space to speak. So take 5 to 10 minutes before bed. No phone, no Netflix. Sit, breathe, or jot down just a few thoughts. Ask, what does my core self need to rest well? Maybe it's stop checking work emails or go to bed earlier. I do this with a notebook by my bed, 5 minutes, and my brain knows that it's time to chill then. Even if it's just sitting in your car, find your time and your spot. Step 2, check your body before bed. Your core self talks through your body. Calm and light means you're good. Tight and heavy means something's off. So before you sleep, do a scan of yourself. How's your chest? How's your stomach? If you're tense, ask, what's my core self saying? Maybe it's, let that argument go till tomorrow. I had a night where my stomach was like all knotted up about like a drama with a friend. And my core self said, text him, clear it up. And I did, and I slept a whole lot better. So try it. It's basically like a reset for your body. Step 3, act on one small nudge. Your core self gives you these nudges all day, like rest or speak up. Ignoring them builds stress that kills sleep. Pick one small thing your core self's saying, like cut back on late night gaming or talk to your boss about the workload. Do it, even if it's just a tiny step. I started saying no to after hours emails and my brain stopped racing at night. Write down one nudge and act on it this week. All right, so that's the play. Your core self is basically your secret weapon for better sleep. Science backs it. It cuts stress, it quiets anxiety, you process emotions, and it ties to mindfulness, all helping you crash out really well. Society's gonna push you to grind and tough it out, but you gotta listen to your core self. That's the real strength. So start tonight. Take a quiet moment, check your body, and act on one nudge. You'll sleep better and you'll wake up clearer. If this hit home, smash that like button, subscribe for more real talk, and drop a comment. What's one thing your core self's telling you to do for better sleep? Now, I'm glad you guys came through. Stay true and sleep tight.